Yo, what is up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to some more Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. So I'm pretty sure you guys have already noticed from the title and thumbnail of this video is going to be a little bit different to the regular videos. I was planning on making a video on the crossbow that did get added, but then Call of Duty decided to take it out. As you guys can see, the only special weapon is the M79 grenade launcher. Call of Duty did put in the crossbow, but then they found out that there were some issues with it, so they took it out and they're gonna actually put it back in at a later date. Anyone who bought the bundle will get a refund and everything. But when the crossbow was actually here, I do believe the challenge for it was to get one shot, one kill in 15 different matches, which to be honest, it is pretty easy. Just hop into some hardcore. However, since I can't make a video on the crossbow, Call of Duty did actually buff the E-tool. So now the E-tool actually seems like a really good melee weapon, from being one of the worst things to use in multiplayer period, to actually being up there with some of the good melee weapons. Call of Duty did actually make the E-tool from a 2-hit to a 1-hit. They did also increase the movement speed and the swing speed as well, which is really good. I honestly thought Call of Duty was just going to increase the swing speed, but the fact that they made it from a 2-hit to a 1-hit makes it so good. So I'm honestly super excited to see how this buff goes. And that's honestly what we're going to be checking out in today's video, just to see if the E-tool's good or not. Kind of unfortunate that Call of Duty did take away the crossbow, but hopefully they do bring it back tomorrow or the day after. And also Call of Duty did give us this Racer 02 tac rifle, which does come within its own reactive bundle. As you guys can see, it is changing depending on the number of kills and everything. And to be honest, I can see a lot of people using this. I do believe it is a blueprint for the AUG, and the AUG is super overpowered in Warzone apparently. So I can definitely see a lot of people running this, even in normal multiplayer. Plus the reactive changes look really sick as well. Like all the colors are vibrant and like the different theme and everything, this looks amazing. So I definitely do enjoy the look of this. But I mean, yeah guys, without further ado, let's check out the buffed E-tool. I am super excited to see how this E-tool is now, guys. Like I'm sure you guys know from my previous videos on using the E-tool, I just absolutely hated it. And it wasn't just me that hated it, everyone in the Call of Duty community hated using the E-tool. So the fact that Call of Duty decided to buff it, I'm super excited. Here is the swing speed, and the swing speed isn't that bad. They did also buff the movement speed, but to be honest, I'm not really noticing it. The main thing obviously is the fact that it's now a 1-hit, because that puts it on par as one of the better melee weapons in this game. I don't even know how I ended up streaking with the E-tool. That's crazy. That's like the only time I streaked with the E-tool. Like the E-tool just feels amazing. I'm really happy that they made it a 1-hit. I mean, of course the lunge is still pretty bad, but for the E-tool doesn't really have the biggest lunge. But the movement speed feels just about the same as it was before the buff. The swing speed definitely feels better, which I love. To be honest, they really didn't need to increase the swing speed. They really need to increase the swing speed if they were to keep it a 2-hit. But I'm surprised that they kept it a 1-hit and increased the swing speed. Like this thing just feels so much better. Like you guys have no idea, I completely hated the E-tool before. Now there's a reason to actually use the E-tool and get it to dark matter and everything. I honestly feel so sorry for people who got the dark matter E-tool before this buff. But I'm not gonna lie guys, today has been such a weird day so far. I'm recording this video so much later than I usually would. I just had a busy morning and everything. So I'm glad I actually have the time now to record. I would have probably been able to use or at least grind for the crossbow if I ended up recording this video earlier. But of course now the crossbow is out of Cold War. I don't know what the issue with the crossbow was, but it must have been a big enough issue to where Call of Duty had to take it out of the game. Like it must have been pretty bad. I really do hope someone can let me know down in the comment section below. But I mean, on the positive side, the good thing about Call of Duty getting rid of the crossbow is that I can actually make a video on the E-tool buff. Like I wasn't expecting the E-tool to be buffed at all. I honestly thought Call of Duty would just keep it the way it is and just make it the worst thing to use in multiplayer, but I'm so glad Call of Duty decided to listen to us. Because one good thing about the E-tool is that it doesn't have any weird like stabbing animation. It just slashes, and that's really good, especially when there's like a bunch of enemies. Now it's a 1-hit and it's just so good now. Like I don't know if it's better than something like the Wakizashi sword, because in my opinion I would prefer the Wakizashi sword just because it has a bigger lunge and everything. But the E-tool feels great. The hit markers actually feel like they're working, like the hit detection and everything. That was also one thing about the E-tool that was terrible. They didn't actually buff that, I do believe, but the hit markers definitely do feel better than they were before this buff. And now I have nothing but good things to say about this E-tool. Like from completely trashing the E-tool to just loving it so much, it's actually insane. But I'm so glad Call of Duty decided to buff it. I definitely recommend you guys try and get the E-tool if you haven't already. Definitely recommend that you guys try it out as well, because I feel like now it would definitely be way easier to get DM Ultra on it than it was before. One good thing about today as well is that Marvel's Avengers actually got an update. They did release Hawkeye. I was super into that game. Like I was hyping up and everything. I actually made a walkthrough on that game. Make sure you guys go check it out. The support is always appreciated. But then after the walkthrough, they really didn't add much. They did end up adding Kate Bishop into the game 2 or 3 months after the release, and there's really nothing to do in between that time. time. And then of course they added K Bishop. I played the game a little bit, and then another like 2 or 3 months later, and here we are. We actually end up getting Hawkeye. They also did end up releasing the second part of the Future Imperfect storyline, which to be honest, I've totally forgot the first part. Like they just take so long releasing new heroes and everything that I honestly just forget the storyline. But also one really good thing that I am super excited for about Marvel's Avengers is that of course with the release of Hawkeye today, they did announce the release of Black Panther coming at the end of the year, which I am super excited about. Like of course the end of the year is like ages away, but the fact that we're getting Black Panther, we're getting Wakanda, we're getting so many new things is crazy. Like I'll gladly wait until the end of the year just to wait for Black Panther. I mean of course we are also supposed to be getting Spider-Man for us PS4, PS5 users, but I don't know when he's coming. I don't even know if he's gonna end up coming out, which kind of does suck because I love Spider-Man, one of my favorite heroes, and the fact that he was a PlayStation exclusive, I was really looking forward to it. So I don't know what's going on with Spider-Man there, but now I'm super excited for Avengers. Like so many of us are excited for Avengers. They were planning on releasing a hero every month, but of course with this whole pandemic going on, it's basically like every 2 or 3 months, which kind of does suck because there's really nothing to do in between, especially since I've completed the story and everything. But apparently they are supposed to be updating the game frequently. They did release a roadmap and I'm super excited for that game. I know a lot of people said that the game is dead, and to be honest, it actually kind of is once you complete the story, but I really do love how they're updating it and everything. It just gets me super excited for that game, super excited for all the new content that could be coming out as well. And I would definitely love to make some more videos on Marvel's Avengers, because as you guys know, I only did do the story walkthrough, but with all the new heroes that they could be adding, I'm super excited. So of course, if you guys do want to see that, see me switch it up from Call of Duty, please let me know down in the comment section below. So but yeah guys, that was the buffed e-tool. Honestly, I have no idea how short or how long this video is going to go for, so I'm very sorry if it is a short one. But I mean, Call of Duty definitely hurt the community. They definitely made the e-tool way better than it was before. Very surprised with the buffs that they did end up giving it, but definitely well worth it. Like the fact that it's a one hit now is insane. Like you guys saw I was streaking with it, which I never would have done before. They increased the swing speed, which you sort of do notice, but at the same time, it doesn't really matter. And of course, they also did increase movement speed, which you don't really notice at all. But I definitely recommend getting the e-tool now, trying to get DM Ultra if you guys are trying to get it, because it's definitely way easier than it was before. Definitely a usable melee weapon now. Definitely not the worst thing to use in Cold War, but I'm so happy Call of Duty ended up buffing it. They made it usable. I know so many more people are going to try and get the e-tool, hopefully try and get it to DM Ultra, because I know it will look super pretty with that. Kind of does suck how they did end up taking out the crossbow. Still want to know what the issue with that was, but hopefully Call of Duty does add it back within the next day or two so I can grind it, get a Dark Ether and show you guys, because I do believe next week we are supposed to be getting the sniper, so I'm very interested for that, very excited as well. But I mean yeah, the e-tool buff, I like it. But I mean yeah guys, that's it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel, show your support. I appreciate all of it. Make sure you guys subscribe and turn on bell notifications for some more Call of Duty content like this, because I upload basically every single day. But again, thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. That was the buffed e-tool. See you all next one.